What's up everybody, I'm Tim from Timber Ridge Gifts. So about a month or so ago I did a giveaway video where I was asking you guys for suggestions for new upcoming videos. I had a great response. I'm going to cover some of that today. Some of that's going to be featured in upcoming videos. But for the giveaway part of it, in exchange for the suggestions, I was offering a giveaway of $500 worth of fragrance oil to one winner. Believe it or not, I didn't have any takers. I picked a couple winners, waited a certain length of time for them to contact me to be able to claim the prize. Nobody claimed it. Don't really know why. Perhaps it was the length of time that I ran the contest. Maybe some people forgot about it or lost interest. Either way, the last thing I want is for people to say that I don't follow through on my giveaways. I take a lot of pride in my giveaways. I give away a lot of great stuff. I get a lot of freebies from different supply companies that support my channel. Spend a lot of time contacting them to get supplies. Spend a lot of money actually shipping the giveaways out to the winners. So the last thing I want to do is to have the integrity of that question. So I'm going to offer these up again. Actually going to break it down into 3 different boxes this time. So I've got 3 boxes of about 90 or so going out to 3 different winners. I'm only going to run this until Friday. Today is Tuesday. So I'm going to get this posted tonight. We're going to run this Friday. Friday we're going to pick the 3 winners. Really no special requirements to enter this. I really just want to give these away, get them out of my way, follow through on my giveaway. So basically to enter, all you have to do is just comment on this video. It can be a constructive comment, can be a comment suggesting a new video, it can be a comment telling me I've got big ears. I don't care. I already know I have big ears. Just get some names out there so I can draw a winner, so I can get these out of my way and follow through on the giveaway. So now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and get to the point of what that actual video was all about. It was basically to get new content for the channel, new suggestions, what you guys wanted to see videos of. Got a lot of great comments. Some of them were really great and needed to be answered, but it just really wasn't something that I could fit into a video. It was either just too short of an answer or something that just really wouldn't make a video. Either I didn't have the technical or editing skills, or just something that wouldn't really show on camera. So I decided to do just a sit-down Q&A, just to answer the more popular ones. So let's get started with that. So to kick it off, there were a lot of personal questions about me. People asking about my personal and professional life, which I didn't mind at all. It was actually kind of flattering that people were actually interested in me personally rather than just any candle tips I can give them. So I don't mind telling you guys. So on a personal note, I live just outside of Nashville, Tennessee. I'm married. I have 3 beautiful daughters, a 19-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a 9-year-old. So that's where all this gray hair that you probably hopefully can't see comes from. So on a professional note, I haven't always been a candle maker. My background is in law enforcement. I started out back in 1995 as a military policeman in the Army. Once my enlistment was over in the Army, I went into civilian law enforcement. Spent 18 years as a city police officer and a deputy sheriff. Did just about everything you can do in law enforcement, from special operations. I was a DARE instructor for a while. I was a public relations officer for a while. Pretty much everything you can do. I stayed mostly in the patrol division. I never was a detective or anything in an office like that. I like to get out and get around, but pretty much anything you can do in a patrol car I did. Was able to retire from that last year. Now, in addition to my candle business, I work in the private security sector. So luckily for me, that's a nice, easy, laid-back retirement job, which allows me a little bit of extra time to work on my YouTube channel and my candle business. So several people ask why I wear camo in all my videos. Really no special reason. I'm not trying to make any type of statement or anything. It just happens to be what I like to wear. If I buy clothes, they generally look like this. Other people see that when they buy me clothes. They tend to go with what I already have. So unintentionally, my wardrobe looks pretty much like this. One guy actually asked me, why do you wear camo all the time like we're going to war? Are we going to war with the soap factory? I hope not. But if we happen to, I'm the guy you want on your side. I like to say my claim to fame is I'm the world's only candle maker who has also been on a SWAT team. Maybe there's more of us, but there can't be too many. So if the soap factory gets out of line, you guys let me know. We'll handle it. A lot of people ask how to find a wax vendor near them. That's very important, especially with the heavy weight of waxes, and if you're putting in a big order of fragrance oil, shipping can be a killer. You know, if you live in Florida and you're ordering from a supplier in California, shipping's going to eat you alive, and it's going to totally kill your bottom line. So it's best to find the supplier nearest you. Hopefully you're close enough to one where you can go pick it up. But if not, find one that's closest to you. Shipping's going to be a lot cheaper. You can Google suppliers near me. It's kind of hit or miss. Some people have compiled lists. their older list. They've got a lot of dead links, probably from companies that have closed or websites that have gone under. So to solve that problem, I actually took the list and went through every single supplier I could find. It took me about 2 weeks. I got that list compiled, broke it down into state by state. Now the YouTube description won't let me add a PDF file, so I'm just going to add the whole list to the description. I'm going to add it as a PDF on my Facebook page and a couple of the Facebook groups that I'm in. But for just quick reference, just look down in the video description of this video. It'll have that long list of suppliers by state. So hopefully that'll help you guys out to be able to find a supplier near you. Had a subscriber from Australia wanted to make American-inspired candles. Asked me specifically what American type scents he could use. I honestly couldn't think of any, other than just the basic, maybe hot dogs and apple pie. I don't know, I just kind of drew a blank. I don't know if there really is a correct answer. So that might be kind of fun if you guys can help him out. Just list whatever American type scents that he could use. And that might be fun for subscribers from other countries as well. Like, I'd be interested to know from him what are some Australian inspired candles that we could make. If you happen to be from another country as well, I know I have a lot of subscribers from the UK and Canada. What would be a country themed candle from where you live? That might be kind of fun. If you've got something cool that you want to add, just add that in the comments. Maybe you can help us all make Canadian inspired candles. Had several people ask me how to blend the liquid dye to make different colors. To be honest with you, I don't. There's so many dyes from so many different suppliers. You can pretty much find any kind of color you're looking for. So I just kind of take the easy route and go there. I understand a lot of people don't want to have a huge collection of candle dyes. They'd like to get by with maybe 10 or 12 and actually mix them to get the specific color they wanted. Don't really know of anything that I could actually teach you in a video to show you how to do that, other than just the basic, elementary school, blue and yellow makes green. I hope that's right. But other than that, I don't really know of any way to actually teach people how to mix the dyes other than just maybe experiment by yourself. I did find something cool though. There's actually a website I found that shows different colors mixed. Basically what it is, it's got 2 color wheels at the top you can pick from. You just pick your colors on each one. It'll combine them and show you the end result color. So that may or may not help a little. I'm going to put the link to that in the description. Hopefully that helps. At least that's the best resource I could find to help solve that issue. A lot of people ask me about carved candles. The carved candles, real fancy decorative ones. A lot of people call them cut and curl candles. I am planning an upcoming video for those. A lot of people don't get into those just because of the technical skill involved and the actual equipment involved. To get a proper melting vat, just even a cheap professional one's going to run you about $1,500. Nobody's going to do that. So I've actually discovered a way where I can actually make my own. So I'm going to do a 2-part video on that. It's going to be, the first one is just the DIY of the equipment. Then the second one is going to be a walkthrough of how to actually do the carved candles. So you guys make sure you stay tuned for that. It's a great tip, going to save you a lot of money in equipment and hopefully teach you how to put out some great carved candles. There's a lot of videos out there that do them, but it's mostly just watching somebody with music in the background. They actually don't give any instructions. So I plan on doing the equipment video, then doing an instructional video that actually tells you what they're doing. So you guys stay tuned for that. I was asked what legal issues I've faced in my candle making career. Luckily not too many so far. I've gotten one infringement letter from Candleberry Creek Candle Company. I inadvertently named one of my candles the same as their candle. They let me know quickly they weren't happy about it. Now luckily with trademark infringement, the process usually goes, from what I've heard, I don't know that it always goes like this, but usually if a company discovers that you've infringed upon their trademark, they'll send you a kind of a nasty letter basically saying, hey, you've infringed upon our trademark, stop it. And from there you got 2 options. You can challenge the trademark, or you can just stop what you're doing. 99 times out of 100, probably a bit higher percentage than that, if they send you the letter, their trademark or copyright is solid, so you need to stop what you're doing. This was a huge issue for people making Harry Potter products. Back when J.K. Rowling owned the trademark and copyright for Harry Potter, she basically didn't care who made what. She didn't protect her brand at all. So you saw everything Harry Potter, especially in the candle making realm. There was Harry Potter everything. I'm not familiar with Harry Potter, so I can't give you too many examples, but there was like butterbean candle or butterbeer candle and a bunch of others. So people were getting by with that for years. Then along comes Warner Brothers. They buy the rights to Harry Potter and they defend their trademarks vigorously. So a lot of people didn't necessarily get in trouble, but they just had to pretty much wipe out half of their product line to avoid infringement penalties. So you guys make sure you're careful with that. If you have any questions about copyright infringement or trademark, just go to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office website. They've got a section where you can go to search. You can just put in your search term, and it'll tell you if that search term is trademark. I'll leave the link to that in the description of this as well. It's a really great, easy resource to use. It can save you a lot of trouble and hassle in the long run. Before you name your products, I do that with every candle I make now, just to be sure. There's certain innocuous terms that you can use, like cinnamon. Nobody's going to trademark the term cinnamon. But it's whenever you try to expand on that and give it a more elaborate name, it's possible that that term is trademarked. So you guys just make sure you check that out before you end up losing, if nothing else, a lot of money on labels, because you'd have to change the name and change your labels. So check out that link in the description as well. So I was asked how to figure the burn time of a candle. There's actually a way you can do it. Believe it or not, there's actually a calculator on a website that you can use. Now I tried to play with it quite a bit and figure out what formula they were using. I'll just say that that's best left to computers. My Georgia public education couldn't quite grasp the formula they were using. Then after fooling with it for a while, I realized that I really don't have to, because it's there. I can just give the link. I can just use that myself. And I don't really have to do any work. You don't have to do any work. You can just plug your numbers into the calculator that they've already got on their website. So I'll leave the website link to that in the description as well. If you guys make a certain size candle, you want to figure out what the burn time is, maybe for your own knowledge, or to list that in the item description if you're selling it somewhere. It's a great resource to have, so you guys make sure you check that out as well. I was asked what's the biggest order I've ever had. For me personally, it was 800 candles, 800 of the 4-ounce candles I make, which was great, don't get me wrong, but at the same time I definitely wasn't ready to take on an order that size. I could do it easily now, but at the time I was definitely sent scrambling. I didn't have the equipment to do it. I didn't have the shipping experience to do it. Luckily I pulled it off, got it out on the deadline. Everything turned out great. Was a nice little paycheck at the end of it. So that's been my biggest order so far. If I learned any lesson from that to pass on to you guys, would be to don't get greedy and get in over your head. That could have gone very wrong for me. The order was contingent upon me meeting the deadline. So if I had missed the deadline, I would have been stuck with all those candles, no payday at the end of it. Could have really hurt. So that was back when I was fairly new into this. Was a little more ambitious than I should have been. Luckily it worked out, but it could have gone horribly wrong and could have cost me a lot of money. So if you do get big orders, make sure it's actually something that you can't handle. Don't get in over your head and end up breaking the bank and setting yourself back several months. A lot of people have asked me to do a video about the different kind of waxes. I am working on that. That's going to be a huge video to put together, because there's hundreds of different types of waxes. So I've got to figure out logistically how I'm going to do it. Obviously I've got to get my hands on all those waxes. Maybe not all of them, but a good sampling. And I've got to figure out how I'm going to break them down, how I'm actually going to turn that into a video. So I am working on that, but logistically that's probably going to be one of the bigger videos that I've done. So you guys stay tuned for that. Eventually I'll get that out, but it's definitely going to be a work in progress while I gather all the supplies and figure out how I'm actually going to formulate that into a video. So that is coming, but you guys are going to have to wait on that till I figure everything out. And last but not least, the biggest question I got was how to blend the different fragrance oils to make custom scents. That was probably 60 to 70% of the suggestions that I got. So that's really a big, important issue to people. I'm definitely going to do a video for that. I'm working on it as we speak. So you guys make sure you subscribe, turn your notifications on, because that video definitely will be coming soon. And to close it all out, a lot of people ask me how I got started candle making in the first place. It's kind of a funny story, really. I never really thought of myself as a creative person or somebody that could actually make something and be able to show others how to make it as well. I was actually on a vacation with my girlfriend, now my wife. We went to the Smoky Mountains in Gatlinburg. Went into one of the local candle shops they had there, and she just lost her mind, had to smell every candle in the shop. I got bored to the point where I started talking to the old man that ran the shop. Really nice old guy, was telling me his story. He'd been running the shop for 30 years. He put 2 or 3 kids through college running the candle shop. So it kind of got the wheels turning a little bit. Really at that point, I'd never even considered that people could make their own candles. I just kind of thought you wanted candles, you went to Walmart, you went to Target, you went to Yankee Candle and you bought your candle. Never really occurred to me that there were tons of people out there making their own candles. So on the ride home, my wife gave me one. To be honest with you, just really wasn't all that impressed. She spent a fortune for this tiny little bitty candle. To me, I didn't think it was worth it. I didn't really think it was that great. It was okay. Just kind of in my head, I kind of just said out loud, I can do better than this. Well, my wife, never being one to miss an opportunity to call me out, was like, well, you should. And I kind of said, well, I'm going to. And that basically started the ball rolling. I went to Hobby Lobby, bought a couple candle making kits, just kind of went crazy with it, really enjoyed it. At that point, the OCD and the ADHD kind of took over, and I just started researching like crazy, learning everything I possibly could about candles, and it got to the point where I was actually pretty good at it. Then one day I just kind of thought, well, you know, you're spending a ton of time and a ton of money just making this for what? Might as well just see if somebody wants to buy it. So I actually started making them to sell, started my Etsy shop, started just going door to door, selling at different craft fairs. Had a great bit of success at it. So decided it was something I wanted to stay with, just continued researching, trying to learn every tiny little thing I can about candles. And eventually that turned into this YouTube channel. What I was learning online, I would have to go to 1,000 different places to learn 5 different things. Kind of dawned on me there really wasn't a central location where one person was putting out a ton of information. So I decided to try and fill that void. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. Just bear in mind that I'm still learning, still trying to learn everything I can to be able to put out information to you guys. So the channel is going to continue to grow. Definitely need your help with suggestions of videos so we can make this channel as big and as bad and as informative as we possibly can. So you guys make sure you get your suggestions and comments in the comment section. Make sure you comment at least to qualify for this giveaway. Really need to get that giveaway closed out, follow through on the promise that I made for that giveaway. I need those out of my way, so we're going to give those away Friday. So you guys make sure you leave a comment, get qualified for those. We'll get those out of my way, get them shipped out Friday. But thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button. Thanks for watching, y'all.